What's up everybody, Gamer Dude back once again with the final conclusion to the City That Never Sleeps DLC. Now, I'm quite disappointed that this is the final DLC. I'm also quite disappointed at the DLC itself because it is incredibly short, a lot shorter than the other two. But I've already played through it on my other save, and I wasn't impressed. It was far too easy, it was far too short, and there wasn't enough to do. Like the other two DLCs, there was plenty to do, plenty of street crimes and whatnot, but this one really didn't have that much to do. So before we begin again, as always with these streams, disclaimer alert, I do not own any rights to this game. All rights go to Sony Interactive and Insomniac Games. I'm simply doing a playthrough and promoting their product. Shout out to all subscribers, old and new, appreciate the love and support. Without you guys, I wouldn't have even continued this channel. So before we jump right into the game, let me open the stream on my phone, just so I can reply to you folks. I'm feeling a lot better now, by the way guys, so I can do my commentary. Still sound a bit worse for wear, but at least I'm feeling better. Blazon, what's up? Thanks for stopping in, appreciate it. 3 people watching already. Yeah, the 3 new suits are beautiful, especially the one we got yesterday, the Raimi suit. I will be playing through this with the Raimi suit. Let me just see if I've got that equipped. Yes, I do. Love this suit. It is beautiful. Feels more nostalgic. It feels like I'm playing an actual Sam Raimi game now, like back in the day from the Spider-Man 1, 2 and 3. But anyway, yeah, without further ado, let's just continue this and go straight through it. It does have some bizarre twists and turns, this DLC, but like I said, overall I was rather disappointed with the finale.
Associate Editor. Begin research notes. What started as a museum heist a few days ago has turned into a brutal assault on the city, and the casualties keep piling up. Last night, after almost killing Majiadan Hammerhead, Captain Yuri Watanabe was forced into administrative leave. Sources say she told the chief, "This won't stop me." Note: follow up on this later. Feels like this isn't the end of her story. Meanwhile, Hammerhead, who was pronounced dead at the scene, was revived and escaped custody. Police are searching for him, but there are no solid leads. His men are continuing to target Sable weaponry and vehicles, including something called Project Olympus. From what we can gather, Project Olympus is an Oscorp and Sable-funded initiative. Bioenhancement technology meant to transform people into indestructible super soldiers. Hammerhead is ruthless and insane, and now apparently indestructible. But first things first, figure out where Hammerhead is hiding. The question is, what are we gonna do when we find him?
Hey MJ, I'm following the police to an Oscorp plant. Sounds like Hammerhead's guys are at it again. Got any updates on Yuri?
Nothing yet. You miss her, don't you?
Yeah, we're a good team. I mean, not like me and you, but, you know.
I know. So listen, I've got a source at Oscorp. They're ramping up production of this Project Olympus equipment, which is probably why Hammerhead's men are attacking that plant. The Olympus contract is for Sable International, part of a deal she made with Osborn during the Devil's Breath crisis. And I just learned it's all supposed to be shipping overseas to Symkaria.
Symkaria? Silver Sable's home country.
And also the site of an increasingly bloody civil war. Have you heard about this?
No, I'm not really caught up on international news. Been a little busy with our own war here in New York.
It's a hell of a story. I'll fill you in when we have more time.
Yeah, it'd be nice to talk about something other than Hammerhead for a while.
What do you think about taking a vacation when all this is over?
Vacation? I'm not sure I know what that word means.
Yeah, I'm with you. But seriously, we both need it. I'll start doing planning. Let me know what happens to that Oscorp plant.
Will do.
Blazon, you will see at when it comes to the end of this DLC in the post-credit scenes that it is most likely the last of the DLCs. It's the last of the story DLCs. That's all I'm going to say, because the post-credit scene really does kind of say that's it for this game, be prepared for the next. It's really cool how it practically does say in the post-credit scene as well that there's going to be another game.
Bring it on! Wait a minute.
Oh, that looks so dope.
Love those. My turn.
But this is one of the reasons why this DLC was a bit disappointing to me, because it was just recycled from the last DLC, really. It's like all the enemies are practically the same, the side quests are all the same, and Screwball and Photobombing comes back as well. And I know everybody knows me and Blazon is such a fan of Screwball.
Even know each other. If that's the case, let me introduce you. Vinny, this is Vinny. Vinny, Vinny. Why is nobody laughing? Wait, maybe you're not laughing because you guys really are all named Vinny. If that's the case, nice to meet you, Vinny. And Vinny. And all you other Vinnies. Take him out! Like fish in a barrel.
Oh no, I realised that, Blazon, that's what I was saying as well. The post-credit scene, it basically tells us that there's going to be no continuation of this story in this game. I think Insomniac, the way they've gone to do it, they basically says, well look, we've given you all we can give you with this game. We've finally caved in and given you the Raimi suit. And the reason they couldn't give us the Raimi suit was obviously due to licensing reasons. I'm guessing since Stan Lee passed away, they've just decided to give us it. Because maybe Sam Raimi was a bit more understanding. Stick to the damn floor. Ow. I mean, this was hard enough when I played it on amazing difficulty. Now I'm playing it on ultimate, so I think I'm going to die a few times in this. No, if anything, they overpowered Hammerhead. And that's what I was disappointed at.
Come on, Spider-Man! Let's play Save the Pigs. That's just rude.
But I love the Raimi suit.
Have good intentions with that police officer. Oh, hello, ambush guys. Where'd your buddy go?
The Raimi suit, you can see the reflection in his eye lenses. Just like you could in the actual Raimi series of movies.
Cool jetpacks, guys. Where do I get one? Let me guess. Fell off the back of the truck, right? You know, instead of stealing everything, you guys should try making your own stuff. It's much more emotionally rewarding. Maybe you wouldn't be so angry all the time.
Oh yeah, I will admit some of the goons are a lot easier to defeat than the previous DLC. But that's what disappoints me as well, because it seems like the goons are more overpowered than Hammerhead. And what really did piss me off was the fact that they recycled Hammerhead as another boss for this DLC. It's like they could have given us another boss to fight. Bye. Yeah, pretty much. Well, there is one more, but she doesn't actually make an appearance.
Hey, hey, hey!
Come closer. I dare ya!
Now, is that just a regular dare or a double dog dare?
Is that yours?
No? It would be so awesome if it was. You okay?
Yeah.
Long time no see.
Who do you work for?
He works for Hammerhead.
Where is this Hammerhead?
Whoa, whoa! Can't we, like, go grab a coffee and catch up like normal people? By the way, I love your new hovercrafty thing.
Tell me everything you know.
I talk a lot better without a gun in my face.
You have 3 seconds.
Just put the guns down.
1,
We really gonna do this?
2,
6, 9, 11, 7, 3.
11-7. So yes, we fight Silver Sable here,
You seem a little
but
slack. Can we do some relaxing
that's it.
breaths? In, out, in, out.
Other than that, Hammerhead is the main boss again. It's very recycled.
Each other, maybe we can work together.
together? Never!
Doesn't seem like there's anything new that's been added.
Podcast.
You are supposed to be the protector of this city. And yet you have allowed this Hammerhead to steal all of my weapons and supplies.
I didn't allow anything. I'm trying to stop him from stealing your stuff.
Then you are failing! Sadly.
And Silver Sable's fighting tactics are a lot like when you fight Taskmaster in the main story.
Secretly working with him.
It's like she adapts to your attacks, which again is very recycled.
And I do not trust you. You will stay out of my way or suffer the consequences.
Stay out of your way while you do what?
While I find and kill Hammerhead.
Good luck with that. He doesn't die so easily.
He has not met me.
See, she's already adapted to all the web attacks. Already adapted to my dodging.
Okay, now I'm just showing off.
Ow. She hits hard.
I can take her down if I get close.
Oh yeah, he goes, I can take her down if I get close. I can't get close because she avoids everything. Ah, damn it. God, it's like fighting Hammerhead all over again, just swinging around trying to get some health back. That is the only thing that will keep this sort of save different to the save I just played it on, because I played it on the amazing difficulty where you don't die as quick as you do here. Ow, damn it. Ow, literally. Sorry guys, I'll respond to comments in a moment. I didn't have to concentrate this much when I played it the first time. It's the only issue, when she's going to counter you, you can't dodge it. You have to just stick with it and get hurt. I think on the first save I played through it, it took me about 2 minutes to beat her. But I'm guessing because I'm on ultimate difficulty, it's just taking me a little longer because, you know, you die so quickly. Ow. Yeah, this is getting us nowhere.
You asked for it. Welcome to the air show.
See, no matter what you do, you cannot avoid that. Damn, she just took the drone straight out. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, come to think of it, I was saying I was underwhelmed and disappointed by it, but I think it's just because of the difficulty I was playing it on. Like, I got through it so quickly, just because of how easy it felt. Yeah, but on this difficulty, I don't really think I'm going to get an edge on.
Let's kick it up a notch. Say goodnight.
Yeah, nearly dead, nearly dead. And I am dead. Oh, no, we did it with 1 health to spare.
Damn you!
What happened to you? I thought you were a good guy.
I am
This suit looks so dope, though.
but I am not a guy.
Lost in translation, I guess?
Apparently next we are getting the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man suit.
What happened that you can thank me by not dying?
So now that's over with, I'll respond to a couple of these comments, guys. Dan the Man, what's up? Thanks for stopping in, appreciate it.
Hey MJ, so guess who's back in town?
Silver Sable, I know.
How did you know that?
It's my job to know things.
So this spider armor suit, it's basically, it's this. I think it's just the animated version of it. But yeah, it is basically this. That's one disappointing feature about the DLC, is that suit is basically just being recycled. As for setting up a villain for the next game, yes they are. They're setting up 2 villains for the next game. We'll not spoil it though. Yeah, literally it's like, oh, we've killed him off. No wait, here's the taser. That'll get into detail a bit later on about Hammerhead.
So I imagine she's here to stop Hammerhead from stealing all her
Melissa, thanks for stopping in, appreciate it. That was deadly tough, actually. I'll admit that was very tough.
Listen, I'm gonna keep looking into this Simcaria story. That conversation was going nowhere!
Screwball? How did you...
Quick! Head to 8th Improvement before me and my fans die of boredom!
So now you're forcibly put into a screwball mission.
Before she hurts someone.
You have no choice but to do this and the first screwball challenge, which really does suck. But once again, it's a recycled system from the previous DLCs and from the Taskmaster challenges. Because these have bomb challenges, stealth challenges, drone challenges, so it's basically Taskmaster all over again.
Well, if it isn't my favorite bug-themed superhero, ready for Season 3?
Not really.
Aw, turn that frown upside down. We're bringing joy to millions of fans. In fact, I've got big plans this season. If we hit 50 million followers, I'll throw an exclusive party for my loyal fans.
Oh shit, yeah Melissa, it is, isn't it?
Party, huh?
It is Artemis from Young Justice.
Opportunity to shut her down once and for all. Better keep playing along until that party.
Right, so now you have no choice but to do this one, or no other missions will activate.
Hey, Spidey, you know what blows? Half the city if you don't find all the bombs.
I really need to shut this stream down. First, bomb duty. Screwball's fans are out of control.
Sorry about the noise in the background, guys. I'm just catching up on some washing and whatnot before Christmas, because I'll be over at my mom's again for Christmas. I'd rather not have to have a giant workload to do when I come home. Would just want to play my new games.
Stay tuned, everyone. We've got a photo bomb coming up.
Photobomb! God, I hate that line. You literally have to break your voice to make it sound like her as well. You're like, photobomb!
You are on the right track. How have you not seen it yet?
Hashtag screwball sucks.
Reposting that one right now. Get warmer. OMG, you couldn't get much closer if you tried.
Gotta find the last bomb.
Wow, what a great shot.
Well, the crazy part is one of the achievements for this DLC is get spectacular or better on the screwball challenges. Like, I don't even want to do the screwball challenges. But you have to find the secret hidden mission at the end of it.
Not gonna lie, feeling pretty good about myself right now.
Squirrel Girl instead.
I know. Hey, MJ. Sorry we got cut short earlier. Had to deal with Screwball. Again.
You seem to have a lot of women in your life lately.
And all of them challenging. Except for you, of course.
You don't think I'm challenging?
No? Unless you want me to think you're challenging, in which case you, challenge me in all the right ways.
Stay tuned later as well, guys, because I'll be continuing my Telltale game series beyond the mid-season finale of Batman.
Could be Hammerheads, guys. Better check it out.
Yeah, the game does get really quiet there. It's not just you blazing. I thought it was down to my washing machine at first, so I did actually look it up on Google and whatnot, and a lot of people have been complaining that the dialogue is pretty quiet in this DLC.
Hey, Peter. Just checking in. You busy? Sort of. How are your assignments coming? School assignments or spider assignments? Both. But school comes first. I'm all caught up on school stuff, working on spider assignments now. But why are you making me do physics and calculus equations? Shouldn't I be practicing with web shooters and gadgets and stuff? Okay, quiz time. If a pendulum is 40 meters long and attached at a 45-degree angle, how far will the pendulum fall at its lowest point? 11.72 meters. But why does that matter? Matters a lot if you're the pendulum. What? Oh! Wait, so you do all these equations in your head like while you're swinging through the city? I have to. And so will you if you want to get good at it. Wow. I had no idea. Alright, guess I'll get back to it then.
Oh, Melissa, yeah, I could not agree more. This suit was like it was designed specifically for this game. It looks beautiful. I too wish they did more with Miles. Like, it would be cool if there was a few side missions with him in, maybe, like wall crawling or something, or even that in the last DLC where he called Peter up and says, "Oh, I jumped off a bridge." It would have been cool if we actually got to do that. Ismail, what's up? Thanks for stopping in, appreciate it.
Open up, or we'll open it for you. Leave me alone.
Gotta get to that driver before they do. You guys looking to get cool tech for cheap? You should just wait for Black Friday like everyone else.
Yeah, get him, Spidey. They called it backup. Somebody call for backup. They're at the door again!
Hammerhead's got a lot of guys on his payroll.
I'll get the door! You get Spidey!
Really can't stress how cool this suit looks in this universe. You will probably hear me saying that a lot, guys, because I love the Sam Raimi universe. I love the Sam Raimi games. There's a lot of these jetpack guys in this DLC as well. More of those whippy dudes as well. The annoying and painful whippy dudes that do not let you go anywhere.
Well, got my cardio in for the day.
Thanks, Spider-Man. That was a close one.
I have played The Last of Us. The Last of Us is a fantastic game and I cannot wait for The Last of Us 2.
Hey, what's up?
Hammerhead guys are hitting an Oscorp shipping facility near Seaport.
Got it. I'm headed there now.
Question for you. We know Hammerhead stole most of the Sable weapons already, and a bunch of equipment from police lockup. Now he's stealing Sable tech that's bound for Symkaria. Where is he putting all this stuff?
No idea. But if we can find out where, we can cut off his supplies.
I'll try to cross-reference his men's activity with the city map. See if I can't nail down a location.
Good plan.
Hey, so I've been reading up on the situation in Symkaria. There's a ruling dictator attacking his own people. Apparently Silver Sable's been working alone to arm the rebels and fight back, but she's losing.
Sounds like she could really use the stuff Hammerhead is stealing from her.
Explains why she's so angry and desperate.
Maybe, but I also think that angry is just her default emotion. I'll let you know what I find at the shipping facility.
Yeah, I hate the jetpack guys as well. I hate the whippy dudes more though, because when you're trying to get an edge on and just trying to maybe recover some health, they'll just randomly whip you down and then you've lost the health you've tried to regain.
He's here! Get moving!
Hey, don't leave! I just got here!
Rude.
You guys sure seem like you're in a hurry. Probably has nothing to do with all those stolen goods in the back, am I right? I'm sure it's all a big misunderstanding. The police will be here soon to help you return what you accidentally stole. No! Now stay here while I go help your friends. Gotta catch up to that other truck.
This is what I mean though, how it's all very repetitive.
Fine, you win this round.
Like, a lot of the crimes are exactly the same. It's like they've just recycled them from the main story and previous DLCs. It's like you would have expected some originality, like something different in the crimes. Like I don't know, maybe you've got to stop a building from collapsing or something.
She's gonna kill someone.
Well, you never know, we might get just that. Because Sony and whatnot have confirmed, as well as Marvel, that this game has set up a Marvel gaming universe. So the next game that they are currently working on is called the Avengers Project. I'm sure a lot of people watching or watching in the future may have heard about the Avengers Project. It's something that's been in development for quite some time, and we've only seen one trailer of it in like the, I think, 6 years that they've been teasing it and saying things about it.
No! They cannot escape with this equipment!
Great, more of them.
But it is also confirmed that they will be done by different companies. Like Spider-Man will be Insomniac. If they're doing X-Men one, I'm guessing it'll be Activision, because X-Men has always been Activision. If they do a 4 game, maybe it'll be Vicarious Visions or something.
There. Now stop stealing stuff, okay? Please? Tearing apart the whole financial district. Can't wait to hear from Jameson after this one.
Roger that! Here they come!
Hammerhead's got drones now? Guess he's really into modernizing his workforce. Those drones are going after Sable. I should help her, right? Right. One down.
They shouldn't have called this DLC The City That Never Sleeps. They should have called it The City That Always Gets Destroyed. Like in the main story, in every chapter of the DLC, the city gets destroyed.
I make it very clear. I'm trying to help you right now. Get off. Sure thing. As soon as I take out the rest of these drones. Hey, Sable, you're all clear now. I'll just assume silence means thank you in Sincari. Okay, now on to that last truck.
Easy, easy!
Where's Hammerhead?
If I talk, he'll come. So you do what you gotta do.
Whoa. Look, we both want the same thing. If we work together, we'll find him. Trust me.
Hey, you two. No playing in the streets. Sorry,
Right.
call back to the Spider-Man
We'll work
movies.
together. Like partners.
Yeah, partners. So you'll call me? I am 77% sure she's not a robot.
Attention units, there's an assault in progress.
That doesn't sound good. Better check it out.
Yeah, he's working with Silver Sable now. I think she realised that it was just out of common interest. Not because she needed him, but because they had the same goals, really.
Hey, Peter.
Miles, you done with your assignments?
Yeah, and I can see why it's so important. But listen, I took a look at those web shooters in your bag. Are those for me?
Yes, but only when you're ready. What were you doing in my bag?
It was open, and I could see them, sort of. And I just noticed that the nozzle size and shape is the same as your other ones.
Yeah, so?
Well, according to Hooke's law, elastic force is linear with distance given all factors are equal. But you and I aren't equal.
Wow, you're right. Just a few pounds can affect tensile strength, rate of web fluid consumption.
And a few other things. But I've done all the calculations. If we just tighten the nozzle diameter by 0.7 millimeters, it all pretty much evens out.
I think I've officially underestimated you.
That's a good thing, right?
Seems like you're more than ready for field training. As soon as I'm done dealing with Hammerhead.
Yes! Can I start practicing with the web shooters in the meantime?
Nope. And if I find out you even left the house, I'll call it off.
Man, you're like the most and least fun superhero ever.
I'm Team Pete and Team Black Cat because Mary Jane, as cool as she is in this game, in any other rendition of Spider-Man, cartoons, games, movies, she's just a liability. She just gets in the way. She's always the damsel in distress that needs saving. So in this case, I am going to go with Peter and Black Cat.
Okay, ready?
My fans have been looking for a troll whose avatar looked awfully like a Spider-Man suit.
Ah! I need to put these guys back behind bars for good. Oh, where did she find these guys? Hold them! Come on!
Aw, I think my fans heart you, Spidey. Get your trigger fingers ready. It's almost time for a photo bomb.
I am officially going to hate taking selfies in the future.
I can handle this cloud.
The pink light is on, and you know what that means. XX before the dawn XX writes, this show is pink internet. Don't even at me. Yes! Oh, I think I'm in love.
Ouch, ouch.
My stream must go on.
Well, these challenges are a lot harder than they should be. Ouch, damn it.
Well, great! You missed the photobomb, and now I'm literally crying.
Welcome to the air show.
Get your filters ready. It's photobomb time.
What the crap?
Stunning! Are you a professional? Ooh, you should ice that later.
Damn it. I was going for a finisher there and it just automatically healed me instead. I think I should probably change up some of my skill sets. Goddamn rocket man.
Yes! That shot is straight fire! Why not keep a good thing going? Let's turn it up a notch! It's time! It's time! It's time for a photobomb!
It's really not Screwball.
That one hurt me almost as much as it hurt you! No photobomb, no bonus points. You are a loser. Get that photobomb.
You asked for it.
Wowee! Reposting that one right now.
There would only be one left and it would just be the minigunner guy, wouldn't it?
So close to perfection.
Well, I'll take that. That's spectacular.
Aw, what's the matter, Spidey? Did you get stuck in your own web?
Yeah, I think we all hate the photo bombs blazing. Oh yeah, the anti-grav gadget is so good, especially when you upgrade it, because when you upgrade it you can actually put it to use with those minigunner guys and save yourself if you're dying.
Oh, love the Spidey outfit. Got one for my kid. I just want to pick it up. I got some competition. Look out. Hammerhead's crew have a Sable agent pinned down. Not exactly a fair fight. Let's even the odds a bit.
Take down the big guy.
When they're incapacitated. Say goodnight.
Hey, you have to teach me how you do all that.
I wish I could say there was an art to it. Mostly I just try to go where the bullets aren't.
Well, I am in your debt.
What were these guys after?
These are humanitarian supplies bound for Symkaria. You've heard of the civil unrest?
I heard it was more of a civil war.
Indeed. Well, these men attacked me and stole most of the supplies. Where they took them, I do not know.
I'll keep an eye out and let you know if I find any. Nice to meet you,
David. David Obademi.
Spider. Spider-Man. Okay, that sounded way less awkward in my head.
That's because that is Black Panther's voice. It's the dude that voiced over Black Panther. Well, the actor that played Black Panther, and he's the, voiceover.
Head to Soho. I have a lead I need you to check out. One of my jailhouse sources just told me that some of Hammerhead's guys are always at a certain pizza shop. Maybe you can trail them. Find out where Hammerhead's supplies are.
You know, just once I'd like to have a phone call where we talk to each other about our days. Like normal people.
Okay. So, honey, how was your day?
Well, Sable and I caught some bad guys.
Oh, so you are working together.
In concept.
You two have to find a way to work it out. Hammerhead's too powerful to take on alone. My jailhouse source also said that Hammerhead's using this Project Olympus stuff to, quote, improve himself even further.
Further? He was already a walking tank.
Exactly my point. If you two don't stop him soon, he might become unstoppable.
See, that's another thing that disappointed me about this DLC. In the other DLCs, there was, I think 2 or 3 minutes before the next mission was activate. He would say, oh, let's look around the city every time you finished a mission. In this one, the main story missions just practically activate immediately.
Location is Little Tokyo. Over.
JJ!
Spider-Man is a failure. You might think this would make me happy, and to some extent you'd be absolutely right. But today, I am tired. Tired of all the senseless violence continually afflicting our streets, which that masked menace failed to put an end to. He failed to stop Hammerhead and his men, who are now using stolen Sable International weaponry to wreak more havoc than ever. And speaking of Sable, Miss Abuse of Power herself is back in New York. This time aboard some kind of fancy schmancy gunship. Where was that when the city was cowering under the terror inflicted by Martin Lee and Otto Octavius, huh? Collecting dust in a Symkarian warehouse? It's a shame she and Spider-Man couldn't have done us all a favor and just taken each other out.
To be fair, I agree with JJ for once.
I know, I'm a jerk. Looks like that Oscorp truck could use my help. Hey guys, I think this might not be your car.
Watch out! They took more guys, we're on the way!
See, this is a recycled street crime from the main story. It's even in the same location. It's, you may recognize the location from the initial trailers that they would show us at E3. Oh, Melissa, you actually met the voice of Mary Jane. You're lucky. I mean, the only celebrity I've ever met was John Cena, and that was after a WWE event, and I met him by accident. Nice guy. He let me talk to him until I well, he said I was smoking a cigarette, and he said to me, "Wait, stop right there. If you give me a cigarette, I will talk to you." I was like, dude, I ain't gonna argue with that. Just give him a cigarette. And he says, right, you can talk to me until I finish the cigarette. Really? Jetpack guys for a street crime? It's a bit overkill. Well, I think he just... I'm not sure if he smokes all the time. I think he just wanted one because the match that I saw him in, he really screwed up his ankle. Like, when I saw him, his ankle was swollen like the Dickens, basically. It's like, he could barely stand. He was hobbling backstage on a walking stick. I'll tell you what I would love to do. I would love to meet all of the actors that have played Spider-Man. Even the cartoon voice actors who played Spider-Man. I would love to meet them and see their thoughts on this game, like, just to know if they've actually played this game.
Too many people around. I'm not gonna be able to get close looking like this. Maybe if I ditch the suit.
Oh. Twist. Peter Parker.
I'm just your average New Yorker. Hey, I think that's the place that got a 3-star review in the Bugle last week. No wonder it's crowded.
So if you guys like what you see, if you like any of my content, if you're new to the channel, don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button. I always sub back to new subscribers. I'm currently doing a Telltale game series where I play through all of the Telltale games. Close to the mid-season breaks for most of them. I decided to do a mid-season break just because it's Christmas and I'm going to be getting a lot of new games.
Need to run an errand for Tony? Those have to be Hammerhead's men. Better follow him, but not too close.
So what do we gotta do for Tony?
Get his laptop. Guess he left it in his car.
You serious? Why can't he get his own damn laptop?
Boss probably hasn't doing something more important.
Somebody following us?
Be cool, Pete. Be cool.
Guess not. Well, where is the boss anyway?
I don't know. Tony probably does, though. He's tight with the boss.
Freaking Tony. Man, I should be the one who's tight with the boss.
Okay, sure.
Hey, that kid look familiar to you?
Oh, look, someone posted a cat video. Better watch that right now.
Nah, all these kids look the same.
He's also the one who helped the boss come up with that trap for the disabled chick.
Yeah, like that's ever gonna work.
I don't know. Sounds like a good plan to me. And if we get her, we get the rest of her stuff, so...
So now you're on Tony's side? I see how it is.
Listen, I'm gonna go talk to Sal. Keep people off the lot for a minute.
Yeah. Frickin' Tony.
Gotta get closer to hear what they're saying. If I can't get next to them, maybe I can get above them. Need to get out of sight. I can't be climbing walls until I'm hidden.
Well, I can't believe I'm finally going to be able to get to say this, Blazem. I actually cannot wait for Days Gone. They have been postponing this game for the last 4 frigging years.
No one can see me. Now I can climb up to the rooftop. If I get above those guys, I can hear them. Gotta get to that alleyway.
on my mother's grave. Guy thinks he's next in line. Ha! Next in line to shine my shoes, maybe. Ain't that the truth?
Oh, that'd have been one hell of a person to meet.
It's got all kinds of important stuff on it.
So she was actually the voice of one of my favourite cartoon characters, Gwen Tennyson in Ben 10 when I was a
If I can
kid.
get Tony's laptop, it could lead me to Hammerhead.
Thanks. Oh, wait.
Stimulating conversation, guys, but I've heard enough.
Spider-Man! Take him out! I'm gonna get him. Stop!
Okay, now I'm just showing off.
Let's kill him! I'm an army all by myself!
I totally dodged that. Die.
Okay, now where's that laptop? Well, hello there, Tony's laptop. Let's see if I can hack into it. Bada bing. Looks like he's got a Find My Phone app installed. Let's see where you are, Tony.
Is that the one where he ended up waking up like 30,000 years in the future and the world was ruled by talking possums or gerbils or whatever they were?
Your tip was a good one. I'm on my way to one of Hammerhead's top men. If anybody knows where Hammerhead is, it's him.
It's great.
And one of his guys mentioned setting a trap for Sable. What do you think that means?
I think it means a bunch of old-school Magia thugs feel threatened by a confident, powerful woman.
Right.
Sorry, Pete. I don't mean to blow you off, but I'm on a deadline, so...
Yeah, totally. Talk later.
It's good to see that those two are back together, like properly.
No, I don't know when.
Like that they're actually going to make a big deal of it in the next game as
I
well.
think that's enough, guys. Double it up.
One door will finish you!
You asked for it! Never touches the ground.
Hey, Spider-Man.
Dude, oh, you met the original Batman! Well, one of the original Batman. Anyway, the iconic one,
Yeah,
that is. Other than Adam West, of course.
But he doesn't really listen to me. Or anyone.
Give me the address. Wait, where?
Wait,
how
wait, we're teleporting now?
Colexco building. Rooftop.
No, wait, it's probably an ambush!
That's exactly what I've been saying for months, Blazing. The fact that Peter's finally getting his life back on track. But the fact that the Green Goblin hasn't appeared in this universe yet, and now Miles Morales has. Every Spider-Man fan knows when Miles Morales shows up, Peter Parker dies. Every single time Peter Parker dies. And the fact that Goblin hasn't shown up yet, it just really kind of sets it up for the next game, because we've seen all this tech that leads into super soldiers and whatnot, and Green Goblin is in a sense a super soldier. It was their attempts to recreate Captain America, which went horribly wrong because he just went batshit crazy. But yeah, you get where I'm coming from there, guys. But Blazin', you will see the post-credit scenes for this really does set that sort of vibe up for the next game.
I can handle this.
I'm sort of tempted to sit back and watch, but that would just be petty. Trapped over their own tech. Looks like the whole thing is powered by those generators. One down. You doing okay in there, Sable? Or is it Silver? Or is it something else? Got it. Hang tight while I work on the other ones. Get it? Hang tight? Shut up. You know, talking about your feelings has been scientifically proven to reduce stress and improve mood. It's just saying, that's it. Okay, now let's get out of here.
No. If we stay here, Hammerhead will come to us.
Not so sure that's a good idea. And we're done.
Minigun dude. That's what I wanted. 2 focus bars to take out the minigunner. Oh, I'm not going to spoil that for you either, because I've already played this DLC, so I know the outcome of what happened. I know what happened to Black Cat.
Changing position.
Don't mind me. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Damn it. This is savage, is this part. Like, seriously savage. You are totally getting taken out.
You asked for it. A thing of you.
Acquiring target. Locking in.
Yeah, she's locking in, but she also takes me out as well. So much for helping. Doesn't really seem like Sable's doing much to help. Let's launch off a couple of drones. Ouchie. Ouchie. That's a boo-boo.
Thank you.
Good work. I'm dying. How is that good work? Sorry guys, I'll respond to your comments in a moment. I'm just concentrating real bad here.
Let's kick it up a notch. Like fish in a barrel.
Ow. Damn it. It's like that punch just totally came out of nowhere. Should just let Sable try and take them out. Ow. For real? Oh, Jesus. Why would you die? It's like, I die so quick, but it takes them so long. Oh, she did it.
Can we please get out of here now?
This is what I'm talking about with Hammerhead. This is why it's so underwhelming and disappointing.
See you in hell, Bug. Two for one. My lucky day.
And there's the cat. Who's the cat? Who's the cat? Who's the cat? Well, if the spider had have bitten Mary Jane as well as Miles, you'd have just had a carbon copy of Spider-Gwen. Which I don't think they wanted to do. Because at some point down the line, after the Into the Spider-Verse movie, I think they are going to be doing a Spider-Verse game similar to Shattered Dimensions.
You're alive.
Did you honestly think I was dead?
How did you find me?
Same way she did. Watch out. That girl has trust issues.
How long have you been watching me? Watching us?
Long enough to know you're making a mistake. Hammerhead's gotten too powerful.
Do you really think I have a choice?
Here.
Wait, is that?
Everything you need to know about that ugly thing. Sorry for what I did to you. But now we're even. One more thing. His head. Not as strong as you think it is.
Bye, Felicia. Let's see what's on this thing.
Unfortunately, that is the last we see of Black Cat. She does not appear again in this DLC, which did kind of piss me off. So these hideouts as well, these are just so repetitive of every DLC that's been part of this DLC and the main story. Except with these ones, you get all those whippy dudes, you get the Juggernaut dudes, you get the dudes with the shields, you get the jetpack guys, and it's just so much going on at once, and you can't physically do it. I mean, for that one, you've got to get a 95 hit combo. With those whippy dudes, that is impossible. Sorry there. Yeah, with those whippy dudes, as I was saying, that is impossible to get. The screwball challenges in this DLC aren't as bad, I suppose, because they are recycled from the Taskmaster missions, like the bomb challenges, the combat challenges, the stealth challenges. I think there's only one gadget challenge, really. But like most of the DLCs, the other two DLCs took part in the upper part of Manhattan. This DLC takes place in the lower side of Manhattan. So really, for this DLC, they've utilised, well, for all the DLCs really, they've utilised all of New York. They haven't kept it in a set place. But see, that there again, it's just straight onto the next mission.
Stolen humanitarian supplies in those other bases. I should call David about this.
Hello.
Hi, David. It's Spider-Man. I think I may have found those humanitarian supplies bound for Symkaria.
Great. Can you send me the locations?
Well, there's just one wrinkle. They're in heavily fortified bases guarded by bionic madmen with futuristic weapons and impenetrable armor.
That is quite a wrinkle.
Why don't I scope out their hideouts first and get back to you?
Thank you, Spider-Man. I greatly appreciate all your help.
So that's one thing I will not be doing in this stream. I will not be doing those hideouts.
Peter, are you okay? I saw people posting pictures of you and Hammerhead and Sable
And Black Cat. Normally she brings bad luck. Not this time.
I knew she was still alive. What was she doing there?
Saving my skin. And giving me a lead on Hammerhead's hideouts. Turns out he's been stashing all of the stolen Sable tech underground.
What? How?
I'm on my way to find out, and hopefully rescue Sable, if she's still alive.
Listen, I've been digging into this Symkaria thing. It's a big story, something I feel like I need to be a part of. My boss agrees.
Wait, you're going to Symkaria? When?
Tonight. It's a rapidly developing situation. You and Sable can take care of Hammerhead. You don't need me.
Just because I don't need you doesn't mean I don't need you.
That's sweet. But listen, other countries are ignoring this crisis, including ours. These people are helpless, all alone in the middle of a war zone. If I document what's happening and share it with the rest of the world, it might change things. Maybe even save lives.
Spoken like a true hero. But the thought of you heading into a war zone, it worries me.
Do you trust me?
You know I do.
Then we're good. I gotta go home and pack. I'll call you tomorrow when I get there. I love you.
I love you too. I miss her already.
See, yeah, I think they definitely will utilise the rest of the map. Like, they'll let us visit Brooklyn, Queens, New Jersey, things like that. They maybe even let us go to Liberty Island in the next game. I mean, yeah, there's nothing on Liberty Island, but it'd be really cool if we could visit Liberty Island like we could in Spider-Man 2. Because that is the only game based in the Spider-Man universe where you can actually go to Liberty Island. Because the third game was open world as well, it was free roam, and you couldn't actually go to Liberty Island. Which was really disappointing. Because apart from the first Spider-Man game in the Raimi universe, Spider-Man 2 and Spider-Man 3, you had all of New York. You had Queens, Brooklyn, things like that. You just didn't have New Jersey. I mean, because even I know, and I live in the UK, who wants to go to Jersey, right? I mean, come on, even I know you don't want to go to Jersey. But my point is, they will probably utilise all of New York in the next game. I just don't think they could fit it all in this game because of how big it was in the first place. No, we don't get an MJ and Peter at the end of the game, but we do get something else. If you haven't seen it, I will not spoil it.
Call Sable and tell her to pick up her tank thingy. What's left of it, anyway.
There's some controversy to that, actually, if Michelle is Mary Jane. Because I know that they're going with racial stereotyping and gender equality and whatnot now, and people getting offended that Mary Jane's always been a white character and whatnot. But I do not believe that Michelle is Mary Jane. I believe that in Far From Home, Michelle will actually die. I think she is the Gwen Stacy of that universe. Like Peter's first love interest, and then in the next film we will get the real Mary Jane. And, you know, there'll be references to Michelle like, oh, I had a friend who called herself MJ. Okay, that sort of thing.
Ready? Guess it's time to swing the band hammer.
No, we should say it's time for photobomb.
Oh, I think my fans heart you, Spidey. We're trending. Keep it up, Sam. Look, even more of my fans. Aw, y'all really do make a gal feel admired.
For real? They're all the way over there too. Oh, that was great timing.
What a great shot!
Oh, that failed.
Why not keep a good thing going? Let's turn it up a notch! The pink light is on, and you know what that means. Yes! Oh, I think I'm in love. This stream just cracked 10 million concurrent viewers. We are breaking records here. His face is
This'll hurt.
Whippy dudes, for real. Where does Screwball get all these guys?
Here comes some more.
Goddamn whippy dudes.
Stunning! Are you a professional?
Away with you. For real?
Shake it off, fighting. The stream must go on.
I'm scared of you. Ain't gonna wet me.
Good, but I can do better.
I'll take spectacular.
Yeah, that was pretty good, but I think you're holding back.
All just to get the achievement, earn spectacular or better in screwball challenges. Over 100 comments, guys. Thanks for being active in the chat. I do appreciate it. 5 people still watching. Thanks for stopping in as well. If you're new to the channel, don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button. I always sub back to new subscribers. Stay tuned tonight because I will be back when this stream is finished with my season finale, well, mid-season finale, should I say, of Batman, the Telltale series.
Talk more about this live streaming egomaniac screw. It's bad enough her show features and glorifies that narcissistic webhead Spider-Man, but her shows, if you can even call them that, are putting hard-working New Yorkers in harm's way just so she can gain followers, whatever that means. Can't you see her ridiculous stunts are nothing more than a desperate ploy for attention? Come on, folks, you're smarter than that. By watching her shows, you're literally hurting yourselves. So, what should we do instead, Jonah? Here's an idea. Tune into my show instead. The only thing I'll hurt you with is the truth. There, that's a good one. Write that one down, Jared. Let's use it in the next promo.
There is a super hilarious podcast from Jameson when you finish the game. I will specifically keep streaming until that podcast appears.
Hideout must be somewhere close by. Huh, must be underground. Guess it's time for some urban spelunking.
I love that as well. That's cool. Oh, it just kicks up the grate. No, it's not J.K. Simmons, unfortunately. J.K. Simmons is working with DC now. He's Jim Gordon in the DC universe. He did do J. Jonah Jameson in the animated Spider-Man series, which featured Drake Bell as Spider-Man. That was on Disney XD a few years ago.
That's a new smell. Yuck. Hope I find Sable before the fumes overwhelm her. If I can get through this without getting wet, that'd be a win. Hello? This is so cool. Hey! Sibilance! Sibilance!
Sibilance.
Whoa, look at this place. The amount of work it takes to make this city run is just crazy. I'll never take fresh water for granted again.
And I am currently playing this on the PS4 Pro as well, and it is absolutely beautiful. It's like this suit looks so good down here.
Okay, let's see where this leads.
It's reminiscent of the Spider-Man 3 mission where you went into the sewers, where you were wearing the black suit looking for Doc Connors.
Looks Looks like some loose bricks up ahead. Nice. Okay, onward. Hammerheads, guys. They've taken over an abandoned subway platform. Gotta take these guys out, then look around for Sable.
So when I played this the first time around on my other save, I did do this stealthily, so let's see if we can do it again. Let's take out the snipers first, just in case. Ooh, someone can see me. So, Blazin, you know we were talking about the NPCs not looking up for Spider-Man and Batman? In this Silver Lining DLC, they do actually wise up to it, they do start looking up. Say like if you use a bit of webbing to distract them to go somewhere to a trip mine, they will start looking up. Oh, but when I first played this I had way more gadgets. I have to do this the hard way.
Mind me.
Well, to any like veteran Marvel fans, we all know that they've tried making a gaming universe before. They tried breaking that fourth wall with the Deadpool game, but the Deadpool game, it was so offensive to people, it was so offensive to a lot of people actually, it was banned in certain countries, and that just made the developers say, well, High Moon, the developers of the game, say, well look, we're not going to continue it, we're not going to make another game, we're not going to do any more Marvel games, just because with how offensive the game actually was, it ruined their reputation as a company. And High Moon haven't actually produced any new games since. The Firelord King, what's up? Thanks for stopping in, appreciate it.
Why don't you sit this one out?
Right, so there's got to be another one somewhere. Where is he? No, seriously, where is he? Ah, up there. Just casually walking into a container. Oh yeah, in my opinion, the Deadpool game was brilliant as well. I absolutely adored it. It was fantastic. But to a lot of sensitive people, it created a lot of controversy, and it kind of it ruined, as I said, it ruined the game developer's reputation, and it it really put a lot of pressure on Marvel to produce games that were more family friendly.
Nice. Okay, follow the yellow wire. Better not find any lions, tigers, or bears. Oh my.
Wizard of Oz.
Ah, tunnel's blocked, but I think I can still squeeze through.
Well, see, the thing was, nobody took into account how offensive the game would be. People saw Deadpool the game, and they were like, okay, we totally got to get this.
This just took a turn.
It wasn't until people actually started playing the game and finishing the game that they realised how offensive it was. Hence why Disney have now ruined Deadpool with Once Upon a Deadpool. Cannot believe Ryan Reynolds let them go ahead with that.
Came out all blue. I think he stopped breathing in there or something.
See, it's really difficult to enjoy Marvel movies now Disney own them. I mean, since Disney bought them out, they've been going really family friendly with stuff, cancelling stuff like the Netflix shows, Daredevil, Jessica Jones is going next. Then The Punisher is actually getting cancelled after season 2.
Free patrolling, but I do have notes. This place looks like their main base of operations.
Oh yeah, Melissa, haven't you seen that Disney have made a PG-13 version of both Deadpool movies? They've called it Once Upon a Deadpool.
That cop almost killed me. I thought you said I'd be indestructible.
I said almost indestructible. After all, you are still human.
Then make me less human.
I'm not sure what you mean.
I mean what I said. Now get to work.
Fly looking pizza. Yeah, just the Raimi suit. Pizza time. That's all I think of when I see this suit. Pizza time.
All this stuff belongs to Sable? Yeah, most of it's overseas though. What do you think, boss? I'm thinking about how she took over the whole city in a matter of days.
You mean back during that Devil's Breath thing?
Yeah,
That was crazy.
not so crazy when you got the right equipment.
Well, we got those digging things.
Not good enough. If we want the best stuff, we're gonna need her.
Yeah, okay. How are we gonna do that?
Just keep taking her stuff. She'll come to us.
Well, it wasn't Netflix's call to cancel them, it was Disney's call. Because Disney want to start up their own Marvel streaming service on their Disney page.
These pods require a lot of electricity. Must be why they're leeching off the subway.
And before I finish, that looks a lot like the Green Goblin chamber. Does look a lot like the Green Goblin chamber or the Super Soldier chamber that created Captain America. Because as I said earlier in the video, in the stream should I say, Green Goblin is in a sense a recreation of Captain America, except it sent him batshit crazy. No, Dark Phoenix isn't cancelled. Dark Phoenix is done by Fox, and Fox still owns certain rights of Marvel.
Design them. Guess we got the wrong guy then. On the bright side, now we got our first test subject.
No! No! Don't turn it on! Please! Just give me a few minutes. I can figure it out.
Now that's what I like to hear.
Well, I think it's based off the same design. Like it is the Captain America chamber, like the John Hardesky, for example, in the animated series in 1994. When he was a kid, he saw Captain America being born in a sense, and he memorized the formula in his head.
Sable jetpacks. I'd pay good money to see Hammerhead's guys learning to fly in these things for the first time.
And the fact that we know John Hardesky is actually alive in this, even though his name's not John Hardesky, it's something else, but yeah, it really does put something on it.
Subterranean troop deployment vehicle. That's the real name? I'm sticking with Big Boy.
Well, to me, the only true Dark Phoenix saga was back in the 90s, again, the animated X-Men series that ran simultaneously with Spider-Man in the 90s.
Wow. If Hammerhead gets his hands on this thing, we're in serious trouble. Sable. Sounds like she's close. High voltage wires and sewer water. What could possibly go wrong? If there's one takeaway from this underground lair thing, it's that Hammerhead should have fewer thugs with guns and a lot more safety inspectors.
Gamerton, what's up? Thanks for stopping in, appreciate it. Yeah, this game is beautiful. It has so much replay value as well, I love it.
Came back for me. Why?
Because I need you.
You'll work alone.
I used to say the same thing. I know what's happening in Symkaria. I know why this means so much to you.
Think you know, but you do not know.
What can I do to make you trust me? Look, I think I know how we can take down that monster, but I can't do it alone.
Damn it! You let her loose!
Okay, here's the plan.
Good plan.
Plan?
See, this part's really cool because Sable does actually help you. But I would have loved if they went down the same road as the Arkham game with this. Like, you know, in those Penguin hideouts and whatnot, you could play as Nightwing and Batman. I would have loved if they let you switch between Sable and Spidey, as well as maybe do finishing moves together. See, these chambers that they're coming out of right now, they so look like Captain America's chamber, but they also look reminiscent of the Green Goblin chamber.
better than the real name, don't you think?
I love how he's trying to get banter from Silver Sable. One of the most serious characters in Marvel, next to the Punisher. And he's trying to get banter out of her.
I wish I could, but it's a whole big intellectual property thing.
Whippy dude.
Kinda nice to have you on my side for once.
Shut up and fight!
You gotta work on your fight banter, though.
Oh. Can't kill me in the middle of a finishing move. And it's going to make me do it all again.
You must teach me how to use them!
I wish I could, but it's a whole big intellectual property thing.
How'd they find us?
I think it would have been really cool if they added a kill count or something. Something similar to that, like, Silver Sable and Spidey are now competing for taking out guys.
Kick it up a notch. Welcome to the air show. Kinda nice to have you on my side for once.
Shut up and fight!
You gotta work on your fight banter, though.
Ouchie. How does he do that? Oh, well, maybe because he has the powers of a spider and the proportionate strength of a spider. You gotta love when bad guys state the obvious.
A dig boy, of course.
Did you say big boy?
Yeah, way better than the real name, don't you think?
Not today.
Hey, Sable, where did you learn to fight?
On the streets of Santaya!
Yeah? I learned from watching movies. We should compare notes.
Mashing so many buttons to try and stay alive.
And we're done.
And another one bites dust. Sometimes I'm good at this, sometimes I'm really sucky at this.
That was awesome! High five!
High five.
You said you could defeat Hammerhead.
You, know you left me hanging, right?
There are medical records in here.
Yeah, mostly about that metal plate in his head.
Carbon steel.
Super strong, pretty sensitive to
Heat. I have an idea.
I, solemnly swear to, do whatever you tell me to.
I will call soon.
At least she high-fived him.
Yeah.
Firelord King, yeah, I will subscribe. I always sub back to new subscribers as well. There you go, dude. Subscribed. Red Hood. Wrong universe, dude.
Guess I'll do some Spidey work while I wait for Sable's call. Hey, what's that?
Ah, so this takes place for one of the extra side missions, which involves a particular character.
Is this some weird street artist thing?
This was the other villain I was talking about, Blazing, that doesn't actually appear.
A police report. Looks like someone was killed during a mugging, but nothing was stolen. What's with the audio recorder?
So, you have some work-related stress. Well, you came to the right place. That's my specialty.
So they tell me.
Give me some more specifics about how you're feeling.
Guess you could say I put a lot of pressure on myself. I like to be the best. Plus, I have a very demanding boss.
And what kind of work do you do?
Everything here stays confidential, right?
Of course.
Good. Because if any of this gets out, you're a dead man.
The case file says 1 of 9. There must be more of these out in the city. There's a bunch of GPS coordinates here. I love treasure hunts, but something tells me I'm not gonna find a chest full of gold at any of these places.
The thing about this villain is you don't actually see who it is, but you know who it is. They're setting up for something for the next game. It is very clear on that. And yes, Silver Sable, it is known that she has a thing for Spider-Man, because she actually knows who he is, but she's been respectful to him and doesn't even hint to him that she knows who he is. I mean, the chick's a super duper international super spy. Of course she's gonna know who he is.
Mystery person's calling card. This looks familiar. I think it's the last known location of a Maggia informant who disappeared a few months ago.
I'm feeling a little uncomfortable. I think we should end the session.
Sorry, Doc. I didn't mean to scare you. I've just been paranoid lately. Like I said, stressful job.
Okay. Tell me a little bit more about your job. Describe a typical day.
Typical day? Guess it starts with waking up, checking my phone, see what the boss wants me to hit that day. Then I go grab breakfast. I've been trying to do that keto thing, you know? Then I do the hits. Sometimes it's messy, so I gotta head home and clean up. I try to get to the gym in the afternoon, then dinner and
Sorry, can you go back for a moment? What does do a hit mean exactly?
It means I kill who my boss tells me to. I'm pretty good at it by now. Got quite the resume.
This guy sounds like a Maggia enforcer. Feels like this is just part of the story. I should keep an eye out for more scenes like this.
It's like, who even asks that sort of thing? Who even asks what does do a hit mean? That is so obvious. That's obvious to a 4-year-old.
Hey, Peter. Just letting you know I haven't left the house.
Glad to hear it. What's up?
I've been listening to the police radio, and there's stuff happening all over the city, like constantly.
Pretty overwhelming, isn't it?
How do you do it? I mean, you can't be everywhere at once.
Remember what May used to say. You help someone, you help everyone.
Yeah, but I never really understood what she meant.
Okay. You know that lady that came in to feast the other day with her 2 kids?
The one who just got evicted?
Yeah. After she found a job and was about to move into her new place, she told me, as soon as I get my first paycheck, I'm sending as much as I can back to the shelter.
So we helped her, and now she wants to help others. Helping is like a force multiplier.
Exactly.
May was pretty great, wasn't she?
The greatest. I'm gonna send you an address as soon as I'm done with all this, so stay ready. And bring those web shooters with you.
Finally!
See, this is the part where it starts getting interesting. These conversations with Miles indicate that Peter is now willing to show Miles the full potential of his powers.
I should be close. Whoever's setting up these scenes really likes the color yellow.
Ah, there it is.
Let's hear what the recorder has to say.
So what do you think, Doc? Well, clinically, you're a sociopath. You have no remorse for your actions. You clearly are not stressed. I doubt you think there's actually anything wrong with you. So, why did you really come see me today?
You're smart. I like that. Okay, let's get right to it then. You do what I tell you, and I won't kill your family.
Whoa. You want to get right to it? Okay then. I know why you're really here. I knew who you were the minute you walked in that door. And I also know that before I do anything for you, you're gonna do something for me.
Well, that took a turn. These crime scenes all feel like covers for Maggia hits. And if the guy on the tape is a Maggia enforcer, maybe he's the one who killed all these people.
Yeah, I like how the Raimi suit in this game does that as well. Because it was a contributing factor in the movies for it to do that. Like, in certain scenes in the movies, a lot of people would notice, like, well, hang on a minute, the suit's a bit darker there, but now it's lighter there. So it's cool that they've incorporated that into this game as well. I think what they've done is they've just used the model of the Spider-Man suit from the Spider-Man 3 game that was on PS3 and just upgraded it to HDR graphics. And yeah, Miles has different powers to Peter, but he doesn't know that at this point. It's like we don't actually get to hear he has different powers to Peter at this point. It's like Miles can camouflage, he has the electric shock blasts.
I am ready. Meet me at my base.
I've been meaning to ask, how exactly do you have a base in the city that I don't know about? Right, good talk. Why is she always hanging up on me? Maybe she didn't hang up on purpose. We probably just got disconnected. She could be waiting for me to call her back. Or she could be running out of minutes on her cell phone plan. I mean, she's probably doing international roaming. That stuff is expensive. Or maybe she just really needed to polish her pistols. Let's apply Occam's razor. The simplest and most obvious solution is... she hates me. Logic takes the fun out of everything.
See, I did that deliberately because I knew how long that audio dragged out for.
Someone fell to their death from this ledge. It was ruled an accident. But was it? On the last recording, the therapist turned the tables on the Maggia guy.
So the next one was over there.
Welcome back. Have a seat. So, did you bring the,
Yeah. This takes care of your cash flow problem.
Right. It most certainly does. Thank you. So, I assume you came to me because I have a few police officers as clients.
You assume correct. My boss and I are only interested in one of them.
And who might that be?
Captain Yuri Watanabe.
Yuri? How is she mixed up in this? I'm afraid of where this story is going. I have to keep following it. It's gotta be somewhere nearby.
Reports are flying in about an incident in Midtown involving, you guessed it, Spider-Man. It's the same old story, same old menace. But here's a terrifying little wrinkle. My sources tell me that the Maggia crime boss Hammerhead is now gone, and I quote, full silent. First we have robotic octopuses, and now a messed up Maggia? Whatever happened to the good old days when criminals would just put on a dime store mask, stick their finger in their pocket and try to rob a bank? All right, Spider-Man happened.
I love that. Is solely blaming all crime in the city on Spidey.
Police ruled this a suicide, but Yuri had her doubts. The victim was part of Hammerhead's crime family. In the last recording, they talked about getting Yuri's mental health records.
Here's Captain Watanabe's file.
This everything?
Yes.
You ever record your sessions?
No, I never recorded any sessions. That'd be unethical and illegal.
Well, we'd like you to record our next session. And my boss has a list of questions he'd like you to ask. That gonna be a problem for you?
No problem.
I feel like I shouldn't be listening to these, and yet I can't stop. Seems that whoever left these wasn't satisfied with what the police concluded.
So we're doing all of these now at once, because we are actually on the last mission of this DLC. Which is quite unfortunate, to be fair. And again, it's why I was very disappointed with it. Yeah, even though Spider-Man has these powers, he's got the healing factor and whatnot, he still ages like a normal person. And you would think, because he's got some kind of healing factor, that he wouldn't age as quickly as everybody else, sort of like Wolverine. But he seems to age as quick as everybody else.
Getting closer. I hope whoever's leaving these has a good reason. There's a report and recorder. I remember Yuri telling me about a drowning here. She was suspicious because the victim was a competitive swimmer. All of these reports are from the last year or so. Last month, Yuri assigned herself to all of these cases. Was Yuri the one who left all those recordings?
Okay, Yuri, let's move on. Have your obsessive thoughts about the suspect continued?
Yes. Sometimes I feel like I've almost got him. And sometimes I feel like I'll never get him.
Are you doing your breathing exercises?
Trying to.
But...
I know who he is. I know where he is. And I know what he's done. But I can't do anything. Not without legally admissible evidence.
That must be frustrating.
You have no idea.
Seems like Yuri's hunch is that the guy on the tape is the guy that killed all these people. I think she might be right.
I think Spidey's jumping to the wrong conclusions. You will find out at the end of this arc. But like I say, we're doing all of these now because we are on the final story mission. In total, if you decide to just do the whole story with nothing else in between and come back to it later, You're going to be playing it for about 23 minutes. That's all the missions, just in general.
I think I'm close. And there's the trademark yellow. The recorder must be around here somewhere. There's another police report. I think there was a hit and run here recently. The victim was set to testify against one of Hammerhead's men. But of course, police never found a suspect. On the last one, Yuri sounded frustrated.
You have no idea.
That's it? Yes. I mean, we talked a little bit about her medication, but...
When is the next session?
Why? What are you going to do?
I'm gonna do whatever my boss tells me to do.
Oh no. Are they setting up a hit on Yuri? Gotta get to those other locations.
And once again, Spidey gets it all wrong. So, given the grand scheme of things, this is probably the shortest of the 3 DLCs. And that's really disappointing considering how much they were actually hyping this one up. It's like they were hyping this one up to be something fantastic, something brilliant, and a major conclusion to the actual story. But in hindsight, it was really disappointing, and it really didn't give us any answers. There's a lot more questions that we don't have answers to at the end of this DLC, really. Especially with the post-credit scenes, and I will deliberately leave the stream going for those.
I think I'm getting close. It has to be Yuri who's leaving all this stuff. Another report and recorder. I almost don't want to listen. I remember this. A person got electrocuted accidentally, but the victim had ties to Hammerhead. Yuri tried, but couldn't find evidence of foul play. These case files are getting more and more recent. This one happened just a few weeks ago.
You seem nervous.
Yeah, well, the chief knew I was working undercover with you. I can't afford to lose my job. Maybe I should be the one doing breathing exercises.
Well, isn't that interesting?
Don't worry. I won't tell if you don't. Also, you're doing great. You're a very authentic-looking doctor.
Thanks, I think.
You think he knows you were wearing a wire?
If he does, he's a hell of a good liar.
He's a Magia enforcer. We know he's a good liar. Question is, does he know he's being lied to?
We'll find out tomorrow, I guess. You sure about all this?
We catch him in the act of trying to murder a police officer, he gets put away for life.
Yuri, what are you doing? I have to find her.
So I do think the DLCs will continue into next year, but I don't think after that post-credit scene that we got for the end of this that we will get any extra mission content. It will all be suit-based, like suit DLCs. Because now we've got the Sam Raimi suit, I reckon we'll get the Sam Raimi wrestler suit, we'll get the Andrew Garfield wrestler suit, we'll get the Andrew Garfield suit from Spider-Man 1 and Spider-Man 2. Things like that. But I don't really think we'll get any extra mission content, just down to the fact of that final DLC.
Where's the file?
Well, DLC, should I say that final cutscene?
I remember Yuri saying this was ruled an accidental death. Food poisoning, I think.
Hey, Captain.
You ready for this?
Ready as I'll ever be. I'm all wired up, on my way to the office. Just picking up a coffee first.
Okay. Drinks are on me when this is done.
Looking forward to it, Captain.
Yuri's suspended, but she still won't give up. Hard not to respect that.
We're about to get a phone call, guys. From a familiar face.
Oh. Hey.
did I listen to that? Call from an unknown number. Hello?
Hello, old friend.
Yuri?
Meet me at the corner of Madison and 23rd. We need to talk.
Wait, Yuri! Ah, she's gone. With all that's happened to Yuri, she must be beyond hurting. She doesn't do anything without a reason. So why did she lead me on a grisly crime scene tour? She must have a lead on this enforcer guy. It'll be nice to see her. Maybe help her deal with whatever she's dealing with.
Yeah, there's going to be none of that, Spidey. I won't spoil it, but you guys will see what I mean when I actually get there and the mission finishes.
Wait, what? Yuri, what did you do?
This sets up for Yuri's character in the second game. And any fan of the comic books will know who Yuri actually is in the comics.
That's the Magia enforcer. Dead. And the case files from all his victims. This guy killed all these people. But does that mean he deserved to die? Yuri.
I know what you're gonna say, but just hear me out. The system works most of the time, but there are times when it doesn't. And to me, that's unacceptable. Some people put their trust in fate, or karma, or whatever. But I can only trust me.
You can't kill people, Yuri.
Apparently I can. And you know what? It felt good.
You need to turn yourself in.
For what? I just dispensed justice. True justice. And I restored a little bit of balance to the world.
You're my friend, Yuri. I don't want to come after you.
You do what you have to do, and I'll do what I have to do. Goodbye, Spider-Man.
Yuri! What am I gonna do? This all makes sense now. What Yuri did to Hammerhead. She's been struggling with this for a while. She's always held in her emotions. That must take a toll on her. She's also the most tenacious and stubborn person I know. This was a bad guy for sure, but killing him? That's too much.
She crossed a line that Spidey's not comfortable with, and he now has to take her down. Thus creating another villain. What was it Hugo Strange said to Batman in Arkham City? Your presence creates these animals. And in a way, I think that's what Jameson is trying to get across, but he's just doing it the wrong way. You know, he's outright saying that Spider-Man is just a full-on menace. Yuri sort of becomes like Deadpool. She becomes the anti-hero, where she feels like killing is the appropriate way to go about dispatching criminals. So unless they actually make another Deadpool game, I think, and this is horrifying to say, the character of Yuri Watanabe will be the closest thing to Deadpool we get in the gaming universe. Because there is some speculation going around that they are going to be making another Punisher game, similar to the one that was on the PS2. I absolutely loved that game on the PS2, by the way. It's fantastic. How you could put someone's head in a meat grinder or some shit. Oh no, that's what I was thinking when I first played through it. When I first played through it, I was like, well, technically, she's not wrong, but she's just going about it the wrong way.
Let's get to work.
So where's this base you talked about?
Hidden in plain sight, cloaked.
Your toys are so much cooler than mine.
So we have cloaking tech now? There's cloaking tech in this universe? Well, in a way, Hugo Strange isn't wrong, because without Batman, there wouldn't have been a Joker. You know, the Joker wouldn't have fallen into that chemical soup and become the Joker in the first place, would he?
But now that all of New York City has seen it, Hammerhead will probably be here soon.
I am counting on it. So let us work quickly. I have acquired the Class 5 laser array. We need to calibrate it to prevent it from overheating.
Lucky for us, I'm working on my master's in calibration. Let's do this. Okay, what's first?
Pull the housing array into place.
On it. Whoa, nice laser.
Housing locked.
Done and done.
We are not done.
Oh.
We must reset the targeting field aerials.
Sure thing. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Exit the head.
Gotta take a selfie with Sable. And that just looks so good in that suit.
And navigate to the top of the nearby transmitters.
Alrighty. So we should talk about the strategy with Hammerhead, don't you think?
What is there to talk about? We find him. Then focus the laser on the place in his head. The laser will heat the carbon steel to critical temperature, which will rearrange its molecular structure.
And soften it so I can knock him unconscious. I get that part, but how do you know it won't, melt his brain?
When the wolf attacks the sheep, he risks getting shot by the shepherd.
Okay, well, Shepherd, just remember my no-killing rule, okay? Done. How's it look?
Systems appear functional. Now we must test the targeting and power levels.
Cool. Wait, this doesn't involve shooting me, does it?
Not yet. But I do need you to launch those targets.
Right. Okay, ready?
Ready.
Bombs away! Hit it! Pull!
Just a few more.
See, this part's actually quite fun.
Here comes another one. Nice shot! Is this how modern military uses speed shooting? Oh, can we do one more? Please?
You are a child.
Yeah, well, we're all children on the inside.
Whoa! Come back. We have one more thing to do.
On my way.
We must adjust the gyroscopic navigation stabilizer in order to compensate for the weight of the laser.
Of course we do.
Go to that terminal and wait for me to activate the system. System ready.
I'm going in. Okay, that should do it.
And once again, we are fighting a mechanized Hammerhead for the final boss. This is why I was disappointed.
You two teaming up now? Cute. But it ain't gonna do no good.
Sable? Use a little help here!
The laser is down.
Can you fix it?
I am trying.
Okay, I'll just do the Hammerhead walk for a bit. Time to get personal.
And he is super duper fast.
I just want to thank you for showing me what I've been doing wrong for years. If I want to rule this city,
I'm going to change my suit power. And I'm going to change that as well. That's the one I had on the first playthrough.
You think you're hurting me?
Almost
nothing hurts me no more.
Wouldn't let me activate the power.
Let's see you dodge this.
Okay, I totally just dodged it.
Keep Sable, what's your status?
Laser is back online.
Now I can get in close.
This is a fight you ain't gonna win. Come in, boys. You fight good, but not as good as me.
See, unlike in the last DLC though, you could use your finishers on him. You cannot use your finishers on him in this one. I tried the first time around and I failed miserably. But the dude is super duper mechanized and he still can't even fight his own battles.
Look at me! You can't kill me! You're going down!
Now, aim at the little dude.
You guys just don't give up, do you?
Oh, okay, you can use your finishes on it. It wouldn't let me the first time around. Oh, yeah, I guess it's because I had more focus bars. This time around I had 2 focus bars, rather than just the one. Right? Why would any dude want to lose his man parts just to become super powered?
Still no respect. What's it gonna take?
You know what I respect? A guy who knows when to quit.
Commencing bombing run. Damn, I missed.
Keep him coming. I'll make sure the next one hits.
Damn, I missed him.
I dropped the bomb. You throw it at him. Good work. Now hit him.
Love your tech, Sable. Too bad I gotta use it to take you out.
His shield's down. Indestructible, huh? I think not.
You're going down!
Woo.
Coming your way, bug!
Get ready.
Yes, got it. Okay, time to get personal.
Ouch. Ouch. Ah, oh, damn it. Didn't get to dodge in time.
I am making another pass.
Feels too strong. I need to disable it first.
Woof.
Keep your distance. Do not let him use his head.
Good hit.
And I was doing so well. Oh, great. He follows you? It's like, just let me heal, dude. Right, this is going to be a repeat of Turf Wars, where I just have to swing around and regain my health and then go hit him and then... Ugh.
If I grab those bombs, I can use them to disable his shield. His shield's down. Indestructible. think not. Hey, now the laser! Just a moment longer. Indestructible, huh? I think not.
Keep it coming, bug.
You insist.
I can't remember how many times you've got to do this exactly.
I'll give you one chance. Join my crew.
I'll take what's behind door number 3.
Commencing bombing run.
Now.
Incoming.
Well, gadgets won't work.
Just me, or does this kind of look like a shield helicarrier? Or at least of a similar design, anyway.
Coming in. Get ready.
Gotta grab those buffs. Yay, teamwork!
Boston, guard. Do that.
Good work. Now hit him.
Whoa, that was close. Oh, he's shielded up again.
I am on approach.
His shield's down! Indestructible, huh? I think not.
Bring him back, guard.
The shield is out.
Ah, mother trucking goons. Just fight yourself, man. What happened to the good old boss battles when it was just one dude fighting another?
Time to get personal.
Get ready.
Sorry guys, just got to heal again. Without trying to die. See, I did this the first time around facing Hammerhead on the Turf Wars DLC. Because I kind of had no choice, really. Oh, come off it.
Yay, teamwork!
Oh, Jesus.
I gotta be quicker.
He is quick and is a giant mechanized monster.
Good work. Now hit him.
I can't hit him. Every time I get close, he just backs out of it.
His shield's down! Indestructible, huh? I think not.
Well, right now he is kind of indestructible. Because he's got his goons doing his dirty work for him. Not again.
Commencing bombing run. I'll keep you respected. The shield is down. I see him. Moving in.
Here we go, here we go. Like I say, guys, I can't remember how many times you've actually got to do this.
Yes, got it! Time to get personal.
That did nothing.
Yay, teamwork!
That missed.
I can handle this clown.
Ah, damn it. Seems like I'm just healing more than I am fighting.
Now hit him!
His shield's down! Indestructible, huh? I think not.
Where do all these lackeys keep coming from? Do they just come out of the water?
His shield is down!
And his shield's back up. Ooh.
If I grab those bombs, I can use them to disable his shield.
Yeah, I know, dude, but you're kind of dying, so, you know, we've got to heal.
Yes, got it! Okay, time to get personal.
Where'd he go?
Yay, teamwork!
Now hit him!
Oh yes, here we go.
Shoot him!
I am trying!
This is the last bit. This is the last one.
The laser is down! Wait! I have an idea.
Can't wait much longer!
Pulse him!
Then what?
Get ready to jump!
Wait, what?
See, that was so underwhelming. It's like, oh yeah, big gun malfunctioned. Gotta take him out another way. And now Hammerhead's dead. One of the main villains in Spider-Man is literally dead.
Ah, that was fun. Hey, you have dinner plans? I know this great pizza place.
I must return to Simcaria.
Right. You have a war to fight.
I do not like to fight. Do what I have to in order to help my people.
I know. That's what heroes do.
I'm no hero. But you have taught me a few things.
Oh yeah? Like what?
Like how to disarm my enemies with bad jokes.
Actually, they're good jokes, but I understand humor can be subjective.
Thank you, Spider-Man. For everything. I don't do hugs.
Yeah, right. Of course.
You got a high five, you should have been happy about that.
Can I get a lift back to the city? I'd swim, but it'd take forever to get the river smell out of my suit.
Yeah, and that was the final mission. That's why I was so underwhelmed and quite peeved, to be fair. Because they said it would answer a lot of questions, and that just leaves more answers and more unanswered questions. More questions, more unanswered ones, and it's like, well, is that it then? But this is beautiful. Tribute to Stan Lee at the end. I think that's a thumbnail for this video right there. Right, so I will skip the credits, and I will show you the post-credit scenes, what I've been talking about through most of the stream, and you will see that the post-credit scene basically says that's it for this game. Be prepared for the next.
Ready? I think the web shooters are a little tight. Get used to it. Just try to keep up.
That's why I think that is Insomniac saying that's it for story DLC in this game, because it just drops and ends on that.
Okay, Hammerhead's finished, but his men are still out there. A spider's work is never done.
So I'm going to leave the stream active for a little bit longer, because there's there's a podcast from J. Jonah Jameson that is super hilarious, and it follows on from that post-credit scene. So I guess we'll just swing about for a bit until that pops on, and I'll respond to any comments. Oh yeah, Stan Lee was a legend. Oh, here it is actually.
Today is a fine day in New York City. At long last, Hammerhead has been taken down for good, cyborg parts and all. I will even give Spider-Man and Silver Sable an ounce of credit. They did, after all, land the final blow. However, while the mainstream media trips over itself to heap lavish praise on these vigilantes, allow me to give you a dose of facts. Hammerhead would have never gotten this far had it not been for Silver Sable leaving behind all her gear in the city. And don't get me started on Spider-Man stoking the fires of a gang war and forcing a decorated police captain into administrative leave. So they cleaned up the mess, but they were also the ones that made it.
Okay, that wasn't the podcast I wanted, so I will still keep responding to any comments here until that pops in again. Yeah, Melissa, I was expecting more as well. Like, the DLC for this was supposed to be the final hurrah for the game, really, and set up for the next one. And I think, even though that post-credit scene was great, it was still underwhelming. Like, the post-credit scenes for the previous DLCs and the main story were fantastic, but that one was just underwhelming. They could have at least shown Miles thwipping and then cut to black, but no, it was just jump off, cut to black. But I suppose they'll explore that more in the next game as to what happened after that, or maybe it'll even open with that. It'll have the game opening up where you're jumping off the Empire State Building, or was that the Chrysler Building? I know it was one of the two. And you're playing as Miles, and you have to follow Peter to a certain place and swing to a certain place. I miss Stan Lee as well. Stan Lee was just an iconic legend. He cannot be replaced. I mean, they're wanting to do a movie of Stan Lee on his life, and that I agree with. They're going to cast, and this is hilarious, they're going to cast the dude that played the lead role in Breaking Bad as Stan Lee. So that'll be entertaining to see. Yeah, but if we get that costume, it would be kind of obvious. It'd be like, well, you've got an M on your chest and you're black. I wonder who you could be. I mean, I'm not trying to be racist there, but you know, there's not many black spider people about with a big M on their chest, is there? JJ, there is a reason as to why JJ hates Spider-Man. Well, I wouldn't say he hates Spider-Man. He hates masked people. And this was explored in the 1994 series. He went by the alter ego in his younger journalism days as Jigsaw Jameson. And he was following up a lead, following up a case. And the gang members found out what he was doing. And they killed his family. They killed his wife, and they killed his daughter. And that it was from that, because the guys that killed his family, they were masked. So it was a bad case of, from there, Jameson hated anyone who wore a mask, because he saw them as a threat. So I wouldn't say in particular that he does physically hate Spider-Man, he just hates masked people. We probably will play as Miles in the next game, Blazem, because, as I say, with Miles showing up, with Green Goblin a possibility in the next game, with Venom showing up, it is highly likely that Peter Parker will die, and we will play as Miles Morales. If he doesn't die through the main story, he'll probably die at the end of the game, and we will have sequences, much like in this game where you switch between MJ and Peter and Spider-Man and Miles. We'll probably have scenes like that, where you play as both Spider-Men at certain points, and sometimes maybe team up, like they did in the Arkham games. So that'd be really cool if they did that. Here it is. I think this is the one.
Call my doctor and double all my prescriptions. I'm in the red here, folks. Eyewitnesses have confirmed that there is no longer just one Spider-Man, but two of them. I mean, one is bad enough, but I'm having a hard time dealing with the idea of multiple menaces swinging through our beautiful city. It's just... Jared, I might be having a heart attack. I need to lie down, folks. No, don't call an ambulance. It's too expensive.
It's too expensive.
Call a cab. I have a coupon in my wallet. Don't go in my wallet, Jared. I'll do it. I'll do it.
The appearance of a second Spidey gave JJ a heart attack. But yeah, that was all I wanted to show off in that bit. I will show off the two suits that you unlock. This is one of them, which I think is an animated version of this one. And then you have the Cyborg Spider, which is a little bit lazy because this technically, minus the cyborg implants, is just a copy of the damaged suit. It is, in a sense, exactly the same, minus the cyborg arm. This one, you have to complete everything in the game, you have to 100% it, and it is the Into the Spider-Verse suit. At some point as well, I will do and feature an updated Spider-Man suit showcase. I did do a suit showcase earlier, few months ago, when all of the suits were available, but now they've added all these new ones. It'd be really cool for me to just update that and show you what they're like, even though they have no associated powers, but it's still cool to see them. But yeah guys, that is it for this stream. Stay tuned for in about an hour, because I'll be continuing my Telltale Games playthrough. I'll be streaming Batman Episode 3. It'll be the mid-season finale, because as I've said, for Christmas coming up, I'm doing mid-season finales, because I'll get new games for Christmas, and I'll just be clashing too much, and I'll have too much to do, basically. So I want to direct everyone's attention to the disclaimer once more before I leave. I do not claim to own any rights to this game. All rights go to Sony Interactive and Insomniac Games. I'm simply doing a playthrough and promoting their product. Shout out to subscribers, appreciate the love and support. If you are new to the channel, if you're currently watching now or in the future, don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button. I always sub back to new subscribers. Always view any content that you might be producing as well. Over 200 comments this stream, so thank you so much guys. Really do appreciate everyone who's been active in the chat. 5 likes on the video as well, so thanks for that, guys. So yeah, I'm done with this stream. As I said, stay tuned later for the Telltale Games Batman stream. This has been Gamer Dude, happy gaming, and I will catch you all real soon.